video. We're out for another drive in Dorris. She's a little bit cold, so give her time to warm up. I've already been out in her once today, actually. I was watching a video of Dorris the Morris miner, and the guy that owns George has just re-greased all his front trunnions and adjusted up the brakes. And I thought, it's reminded me actually, that's something I need to do. It wasn't really inspiration, I hadn't forgotten that I needed to do it, I just hadn't got around to it. So I went in to work this morning. Our workshop doesn't open on a Saturday, so I went into work this morning and got her up on the lift basically, got the front wheels off, had a good look and a feel around everything, and greased up the front trunnions, track rod ends, handbrake cables, prop shaft. Had a good feel and a good look around everything. I'll show you the video later. I did do a little video of the underneath of it. She's in quite good shape. In fact, she's in very good shape underneath. I'm very, very pleased. Quite lucky to find one that didn't need any welding, although it wouldn't have been a major problem. It just would have put me back a long way in getting it on the road. I already spent far too long. But then I wasn't well for a lot of it, so that's probably why. But yeah, we're just off at the moment to get some fuel. I don't think it needs much fuel, but of course with the fuel tank arrangement that you've probably seen before in the last video, I don't actually use the normal fuel tank. I've got like a jerry can in the boot that's been adapted as a fuel tank. I can only imagine that's because the original leaked, and they are quite expensive, or can be quite expensive, so the guy probably decided to do what he did. He was obviously an engineer. He's done all sorts of weird and wonderful things to the car, and improved it in many ways. So yeah, at the moment I've got no working fuel gauge, so I have to sort of try and keep it topped up reasonably well and keep an eye on what sort of miles I do. I don't think it's going to need a lot, but we're going to stick a bit of fuel in it and then go for a little run. I've got some couple of things I need to do. I don't know how I'm fixed for time actually. Probably got an hour or so to do what I need to get done, which is pretty cool. But I thought it's a nice day to go for a drive. You can probably still hear my rear seat squeaking away. I haven't got round to resolving that. I was going to do that today and I clean forgot about it until I drove out of work, and then it very rapidly reminded me. And the thing is, it's just such a simple fix as well. So I've got to get that done. What else can I tell you? I gave it a little wash. Give old Dorris a little wash. Stuck her in the wash bay, give her a hose off and a leather down. Just a little bit of a tidy up really. Wasn't dirty, it's just dust more than anything. But I thought while I'm there, why not take the opportunity? Where are we going? We can go up this one. Back in a mo. I'm going to have the window open, guys. It's really, really warm today. Hopefully it doesn't give us too much wind noise. I've got the earbuds in, so should get rid of a lot of it. managed to squeeze in £9.75 worth of fuel. So it hasn't used very much at all. It's made such a difference now having the proper jet in it. It's not running miles too rich, and it seems a lot happier. I'm just going to whiz off and get the lottery now. So lovely to be driving it, really is lovely. We're away. Yeah, my rear seat, I don't know whether you saw the strap that I had before holding the rear seat back. That's actually broken now. My mate was trying to have a pull and a wiggle around on the seat to try and get to the bottom of the squeak, and I think he broke the rubber strap, so we've got to sort out a plan B for that. There's always little jobs to do, but I don't mind it at all. Pulls really well up the hills. Lubricated my steering column bush as well. That was squeaking. That's nice and quiet now, but I think it's just made the other noises and rattles more prominent. But we'll get to the bottom of them. It's always going to be a work in progress, I think. The last video went really well, by the way. There were loads of people came out and came and had a little look at the Dorris test drive video. So hopefully this one will be just as popular. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. There'll be more videos coming up. And I love getting comments from you guys, so drop me a comment below, let me know what you think. So there's a little bit fluffy there still, but she just wants to go, I think. It's just light throttle, it's just very light throttle, she's just a bit fluffy. Perhaps it needs to be a bit richer. I'll have a play with that as well, which appears every once in a while. I've got a rattle from the plug box lid as well, which I've got to sort out. That real characteristic Morris Minor fart now when it changes gear, now that it's sort of running much happier, which is great. I think the idle speed's a little bit on the low side as well, so have a little play with that. I haven't checked the timing or anything yet actually, so I have to have a word with my mate and see whether we can get the old strobe gun on it, because I haven't got a strobe gun anymore. I haven't had one for years, and see what the timing's at. Mind you, I could do it static, I guess. We're now back on, I don't know whether I mentioned this before, we're now back on points and condenser, which I'm a bit happier about really, because those electronic ignition modules, they have one of those electronic ignition thingies fitted in the distributor, and they can just pack up. And we thought the running problems may have been due to that, because it literally was when you were under load, it was sort of breaking down. So luckily my mate had an old distributor, I think it's out of his Hillman Minx actually, but it had the same base plate, points and condenser, so we just swapped the lot over, and I rebuilt we put his old distributor back together with the electronic ignition module in, so we're now back on points and condenser. At least you know where you stand with them, don't you, really? Right, I'm going to nip in and get the lottery. I'm going to show you the video of the underside in a moment, and there may be something else following that, so if not, it might be on another video, but I'll see you in a bit. So this is the underside of the car. As you can see, I've got an anti-roll bar fitted to the vehicle that was already on it. We do have a leak from the sump. I think the sump's leaking all around, but there is also possibly a front oil seal leak, so I'm going to attend to that at some stage. The general underbody of the vehicle is very good, very tidy, no rust at all. There is one tiny little hole which I'll show you in a moment. I didn't discover until I got under the car it's actually got a gold seal box, so the gearbox has been overhauled at some stage. Nice little gold seal unit in there. Yeah, it's been very well looked after, I think, over the years. There is a hydraulic clutch conversion that's been either bought and fitted or made. I think it's probably a homemade one actually, looking at it, but it's been done very well. It works very well, and yeah, you can see the slave cylinder down there mounted to the transmission. It does work really good, the clutch. Suspension's all good. I have removed the additional shock absorbers that were fitted. I couldn't see the point. The lever arm dampers work very well. All the floor pans are good. Centre cross members been replaced also at some stage. Very good condition. The exhaust itself is a little bit homemade, but it's okay for the time being. There was a really strange motorcycle silencer fitted to the back of it, which I've since removed and just welded this straight Kia Sportage section of exhaust on, just so I've got a decent tailpipe
to replace that that old motorcycle silencer. Yeah, it's all in pretty good shape. Little bit of an oil leak from the rear axle, but I am planning to put an MG Midget diff in it, so it makes it a bit more motorway friendly. It does rev very highly at the moment, so yeah, that will be sorted over the winter months hopefully. I did notice one very tiny little hole in this rear spring hanger. You can probably see it there, probably big enough to get a Phillips screwdriver through, but that's the only piece of rot I can find on the car. It's in very good shape really, so quite pleased all in all, very pleased with it. And finally we attended a little meeting of the Kent branch Morris Minor Owners Club, just a little day out really at a local farm, and yeah, it's good to go along, see a few other miners, meet a few of the owners, and just have a good time generally. So I'll leave you with some video of those. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. I will see you again in another one very soon. All the very best. Take care. Bye.